Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Today's pub test was provided by this ghoulie from yesterday.
What really gets my ghoulies is when you go out to a restaurant, like enjoying your meal, next minute someone gets a hanky out and blows their nose. It's just disgusting.
The idea of the hanky is interesting, and let's not mention it with the word ghoulie ever again. You blow your nose into it, you put it back in your pocket. You look at it now and you think that's disgusting.
You don't look at it and inspect the
No,
contents.
but I mean, you look at the concept.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
people do look at the bits and put it back in. You know, it's foul, and someone has to wash them. I think it's the domain of men. Let's see what you think. Hankies, do they pass the pub test?
My mum continues to use them. She's 80, and I've washed about 8 of them yesterday.
I couldn't deal with hankies. The thought of hankies going in washing machine with all the other clothes, it just makes me sick. Tissues are great because they break down, no problem.
I'm a hanky person. I always carry at least 1 or 2 in my pocket at all times and not afraid to use them. But if I am in a restaurant or somewhere like that, I always make sure I do it discreetly and then hide it back in my pocket.
No, they don't. They are gross. Absolutely gross to see you blowing your nose into it, putting it back, using it again, and then some poor bunny has to wash it, usually me. So, no, they don't pass the pub test.
Yes, it does pass the pub test. My partner carries one all the time, not necessarily for blowing his nose, but for emergencies. And, you know, he's used it when people have cut their hands to, you know, cover up their blood and things like that. So it does pass the pub test.
For emergencies, Alan Jones, he used to always have a kerchief in his top button.
I think that's probably, the fake one that goes in the suit. But if your
cover
hand
up a lot of stuff.
If your hand was bleeding and someone offered you a hanky to put over it, I'd choose to bleed out. I'm not sure. How do you know it's clean?
Remember that time my eyeball fell out when I was riding down to Canberra, and this guy said, "You better use this hanky and push your eye back in."
Was it clean?
Yeah, I did inspect it at the time with my good eye. Oh, no, okay, that's fair enough. But that was very handy.
Well, look, it was interesting. A couple of females there saying they passed the pub test, but I think mostly they're used by men.